Hey Ashley, I can't hear you. You're muted on Zoom.
Thank you. Y'all are just talking away. Nothing. Thank you, Hannah. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I probably would have talked this whole thing and no one would have told me. I'm just kidding. Someone would have. Thank you. Y'all say hello when you jump on. I am streaming on Facebook. I'm pulling it up there. Y'all can feel free to jump on Zoom as well if you are wanting to interact and have some more certain questions for me, anything like that. So y'all say hello when you jump on. We are going to continue our training on customer acquisition and building your customer base, getting the leads, all the things. If you have missed the last 2 weeks, you can check them out on the replay. I need to add them to the guides, but if you scroll or you search customers in the team page, you will be able to find them. But I will also put them in that latest guide at the very bottom. All of our weekly recordings are on there. If you are just joining, you can always go back. We've been training on some incredible things. We've talked about AI, we've talked about Instagram, we've just talked about branding, we've talked about niching down, all the things. So make sure you guys are catching those replays if you have not. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Beth. Good evening. Okay, so I'm going to dive in. Tonight, we're going to talk about two different things. We're going to talk about how you can find clients, customers, leads, people on your team, all things from Facebook groups and what that looks like now. And then also, we're going to add a little bit into TikTok. Okay, so getting clients and customers and stuff like that from TikTok. So we're going to talk about the two tonight. So the first part is we're going to talk about Facebook for a minute. Okay. Facebook is not dead. Okay. Contrary to what some people may think, it is not dead. Okay. Parts of it are, but not all. Okay. For example, back in the day, Facebook groups, you having your own group with all your customers, getting thousands of customers in there, going live in that was a big thing years ago. Okay. I'm not saying do not have them. They are very important. Some of you have built great following on them, but that part of Facebook is more dead now. Okay. It is not, as far as 2023 right now, that is not as big as it once was. It once used to be, that's where Facebook would push groups, all the things. I'm not saying don't have these, because that is a great place to have resources. It's a great place to build community, things like that. It's a great place for people to drop testimonials and tell you, how great these products are or how this opportunity is changing their life and stuff. But it's not a place where you can boom, go live, and Facebook's going to tell everybody and they're going to get everybody on there. That's just not how Facebook is currently at this moment. Okay. It's not where you're going to get thousands of customers and people jumping on. They're not going to be seeing stuff in your groups daily. It's not as high of an importance as it probably was 4 years ago. Okay. But the community in groups is massive. So we're going to talk about groups. You guys always know that I tell you, I train you that eventually you're going to run out of friends and family to sell to, right? Okay. Eventually, your town, you're going to run out of people to sell to, right? So how do you get outside? I have customers and team members all over the United States, Alaska, California, everywhere, right? How did I do that? Did I just call up people? No. I started with Facebook groups. Okay. Facebook groups. Now, some of you are in groups that are your interest. Okay. Some of you are in groups that it is your interest, but it's not necessarily like you're super passionate about it, but it's your ideal customer that you're trying to reach. So some of you may say, I love kids, but I'm not a mom yet, but I'm in all these mom groups, right? Because that's your ideal client. You're not a mom. You can't relate to that side of it, but that's the type of people that you're trying to speak to try to get to. So, hey, Tanya. So for me, when I first moved to Fort Payne, or even Alabama in general, because Fort Payne's real small. So let's go back to Alabama. Okay, I'm from Virginia. I got in groups that were interest to me for this state, for this city, whatever you want to do. So I could have done, I didn't have Fort Payne at the time because it's so little. They probably don't even have something like that. But Fort Payne mom groups, Alabama mom groups, busy mom groups, cheerleading mom groups, sport mom groups, whatever your interest is, and then you are going to build relationships in those groups. Okay. That's how you convert people really quickly from groups. For me, I'm in a ton of infertility groups. Why? It's my passion. That's what I can talk about all the time, right? Because that's the season of life that I'm in. Maybe you're passionate about DIY projects. Maybe you're passionate about, you've got MS. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to think, what is something that you're passionate about? Maybe you're a foodie and you're in food groups. Maybe you are an organic lover and you're in all these organic groups, whatever it is that you are passionate about. Okay. And this is where you're going to be able to find those clients, those customers, those potentials. I hear all the time, Ashley, I can't find any more people to sell to. No one is buying from me. No one's going to join me. This and other. This is how you're going to do it. Okay. This is where some people feel too saturated, right? Everyone around me sells. No, they don't. It's just what your network is showing you, right? It's just showing you that everyone sells it. They really don't. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk a few things about Facebook groups. But before I do that, if you sit there and you tell me it's too saturated, I can't find clients, I can't find people to buy from me, the number one sales tactic, and I need you to write this down because some of you really need to believe this. The number one sales tactic that I can teach you, okay? You ready? It is your level of belief in your products and in your opportunity, the service that you sell. If it is high, right? If it is high, you believe in the products, you believe in the opportunity, you believe what you have to offer. If it is high, you're going to sell, you're going to recruit. But if in your mind, even if you think that that is like you are passionate about it, but if in the back of your mind, you're saying things where your level of belief is not high, you're not going to sell, you're not going to recruit. If you have the mindset of, my team does nothing, I can't get my team to sell, I can't sell, no one wants to buy from me, no one's joining me, you are self-sabotaging. Your level of belief is the answer. Okay, it's all about your mindset. I can teach you all these strategies, but if you don't really truly believe in what you are saying, what you are sharing, what you are showing, it means nothing. People can see that. So do you believe in your products? Do you believe in your opportunity? Your actions are going to follow what you believe. Okay? Your actions are going to follow what you believe. So are you not selling? Are you not recruiting anymore? Is it because your belief has changed? You need to evaluate. Okay? Sometimes we forget that the mindset is one of the number one key factors in this business. Okay. It needs to never waver if you want to grow. I am constantly, why do I consistently have 2,000 plus in retail and sales? Well, really 4,000 because I always have 2,000 PV. So why do I consistently after 4.5 years still have 2,000 PV every single month at least? Because my belief is up here. It never wavers. Why am I constantly recruiting? Because I truly believe I've got the best opportunity out there. It has to never waver. Okay. So your belief is so key. I can tell you all of these things, but if you don't believe it, you ain't going to see it. Don't believe it. Don't see it. Okay. All right. So let's get into Facebook groups. I've got how many things? 4 things when it comes to Facebook groups. Okay. The first thing is you need to join your niche Facebook groups. I had a coaching call today. If you are, or yes, maybe it was yesterday I was talking to her. If you are trying to speak to everybody, you are speaking to nobody. You need to niche down. If you have not watched our branding trainings on what that means, go back when I first started these trainings and find out what that means and what that looks like. I don't have time to train on that tonight, but you need to niche down. Is it business? Is it networking? Is it health and wellness? Is it makeup? Is it moms? What is it that you are going to pinpoint, right? And your social media needs to speak to that and only that. Okay. If you say, I'm going to give network marketing tips, then you don't need to be talking about your dog running across the street in a reel. It doesn't make sense. Yes, and your stories, one thing, living life, stuff like that. But your page needs to be specifically to your niche, who you are speaking to. Okay. Are you speaking to moms? Are you speaking to single moms? Are you speaking to people who are passionate about health and wellness? Are you speaking to single moms? Are you speaking to who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to only network marketers? Are you speaking to people who want to learn how to make reels? Okay. I follow one girl that her whole Instagram, is she a network marketer? Yes. But her whole Instagram is how to create reels. Well, Ashley, what does that have to do? How is she going to grow her business? She's growing her following, which in return later will grow her business. Are you tracking with me? Okay. So you've got to join these niche groups. Now, when we join these niche groups, these groups that are specific to your niche, okay, so many times we look for the big ones, right? 8 million people in this group, 8,000 people in this group, right? Those are great. I'm not saying they're not, but join the small groups too, because that's where some of the intimate connections are going to happen. Because if you're a big fish or a small, what is that saying? If you're a fish in a big pond, you know what I'm trying to say. Like there's all these people and you're one person. It's going to be hard for people to be like, oh yeah, that girl knows what she's talking about. So join the smaller size groups as well. Okay. We don't always have to be in these big ones because that's not always like the perfect ones to join. Okay. The small ones can often be ones where you make the bigger impact. Okay. So that's first, join niche Facebook groups. Number 2, in these groups, you need to share your knowledge in these groups. Okay. I'm not saying that you are pitching your product. I'm not saying you're pitching your opportunity because some of you are joining groups about cooking and we don't sell cooking stuff, right? Because you're passionate about cooking. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. It is growing your customer base. Okay. But you have to warm these people up. You're building relationships in these groups. Okay. So some groups, they'll let you introduce yourself, right? So pay attention to the rules, but maybe you introduce yourself in a post, right? And in the post, you say who you are, what your hobbies are, what you like. If it's a business group, you might can throw out that you are a network marketing makeup business. You're not saying, oh, I'm at pharmacy, come join me. That's slimy. We're not doing that. Okay. But you're gently doing these things without looking spammy. Okay. If you're allowed. And then you're going to share knowledge in it. Right. And that's going to kind of lead me into number 3 in a second, but you can be known in that group as the go-to person. Like, oh yeah, like you need to go to her. She's got the answer for this, right? You might be that go-to person. How many of you have ever been in a group? I know I have with my infertilities that when a certain person answers my question in that group, I trust her. Why? Because she's an expert in that. I've seen her in that group. You need to be consistently in there so that you are that person that is the go-to expert of the group. Which leads me to that third one. You need to comment on posts that request your expertise. You are the expert. So you're not just giving out, you're not just making posts, but when you see posts, you are commenting on those posts and you are being the expert. Help people if you are knowledgeable in that, if you've got that answer. People ask me all the time, how do I give value? Like I don't really know what to say. Like this, what you are knowledgeable about. What do you know? Backwards, forwards, upside down, inside out that you could talk about for days. For me right now, it's IVF. I could literally speak to the wall about it. I'm an expert in it, right? What is it that you are an expert in? Okay. And then it allows people to get to know you, to share a personal side of you because people see that you're an expert. Spread free knowledge in those groups. That's only going to help you. Okay. The first thing is not only that, but you need to be consistent on your personal wall. Because how many of you have been in a group and you see someone's comment, you're like, dang, that was good. I need to learn more from her. So you go click her profile, right? We've all done it. I've done it. You click her profile and you want to go see more. Well, if your page is private or you don't at least have a couple public posts, they're going to get on there and they're going to be like, huh? Like, what does she do? Like, I see a picture of a donkey. Like, what is that? Right? You need to be consistent on your personal wall. So let's give an example. Maybe you're in a cooking class, right? And someone asks, how do I chop my grapes so that my 2-year-old doesn't choke on them? Okay. Besides, using a knife. They've got this thing, get it on Amazon now. I've seen everybody all over, and it literally slices the grapes for you in half. It's just like a little device. You put it in there and it cuts them very quickly for you. How do I know that? Because I've watched all these videos on it. I feel like I'm an expert on grape cutting. Okay. I don't even know what they're called, but I'm an expert on grape cutting, y'all, if you want to know. But I would give that feedback, right? And then she's like, oh, shoot, that's good. I need to go learn what else she does for her 2-year-old. Then she goes to my page and she can't see nothing. She has no clue what I do, who I am, what I'm about, because everything's on private, or everything, like, they can't see nothing. You need to, I really am passionate about public pages. Okay. If y'all know me, everything, I love public. I know some of you are not like that, but if I could encourage you, I'd really encourage you to have everything public. But if you're not like that, just at least have some public posts continually on your wall. Okay. Because they have to see you. They have to see that you're being consistent. All right. Because if they don't see anything, then they're just going to leave and they're going to be like, oh, well, she just must have known that for one time. They're not going to want to come back for more. Okay. In these groups, that is where you are building genuine relationships, which will eventually lead to the referrals, the customers, the people. That's how you're going to seal deals. You need to be spending 10 to 20 minutes daily in these groups. Daily. Okay. Intentional, not just, oh, wonder what Sally posted today about her eggs growing. I'm just saying eggs growing because that's my life right now, right? No, be intentional. What are you an expert in? Go comment. Like for me, I could say when someone says, oh, I only have, 20 fertilized eggs. Is that a good number? I can go give my expertise. Why? Because I'm an expert in it. Are you understanding what I'm saying on why you're going to be in these groups? And don't just be in groups to be in them. Be intentional in them. Okay. When someone comes and starts following you, this is a great tidbit, and this can be for any social media. But at any point when someone follows you, adds you, whatever that you don't know, ask them, say, like, hey, thanks so much for the follow. Thanks so much for the ad. Where did you find me? If they start saying, oh, I found you in that infertility group. Oh, I found you in that food moms group. What does that tell you? That you're doing the right thing and you need to be in those groups more. Oh, I found you off of Instagram. What does that tell you? Oh, you need to be on Instagram more, right? Oh, I found you from that reel that you did the other day. That tells you what you need to be doing more. Okay. That helps have that first initial conversation too. Okay. Find groups in your niche. That is my call to action for the Facebook groups. That's what I want you to do. I want you to hone in on your niche. Okay. Niche is what you are specifically adding value to. For me right now, it's my infertility and speaking to mamas on quick makeup look for people that don't make time for themselves as a mom. So am I going to be talking about my dogs, my cats, my remodeling of my house, planning this vacation? No, I might in my stories, but my content is not going to be around that. Okay. You've got to niche down. That is something that has been huge for the last probably 3 years, even more so the last year. You need to niche down. If you're speaking to women over 60, you need to speak to only those women. Stop trying to speak to everybody else. If you're going to give makeup tips or health and wellness shakes, healthy living, if you're going to teach people DIY projects, again, your niche doesn't even have to specifically be pharmacy, you guys. I don't really want it to be, right? What is something that you can add value on? If you're a great DIY project person, your content is going to be around that, and you're going to sprinkle in the pharmacy, right? Okay. What works well? Hi, Amanda. Hi, Sandy. What works well on TikTok is your brand. Okay. We're going to TikTok now. We're out of Facebook. We're done with that for now. TikTok. What works well is that you have to be about your brand. Once again, your niche, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Showing a product now, doing a little spin, a little, dab of this and a dab of that. That is not a way that you're going to sell anymore. Okay. Back in the day, TikTok, y'all, my phone, hold on. Dang it. I hope it does not. Okay, hold on. Let me see something. I'm going to see if I can swipe up. My computer did not save my notes. Y'all can still see me, right, Hannah? Can you still see me? Okay, good. All right, sorry, y'all. My phone, I was on my computer earlier taking notes, and now I was on my phone. So here we go. Okay. All right, let me see where this is at. Okay, let me back up because it didn't save my notes. All right, back up. Excuse everything that I just said. I'll get to there in just a second. I was wondering why that didn't make sense. Okay. Because it left off a chop of my face of my stuff. Okay, so TikTok, it is different than it used to be. Okay, before COVID, through COVID, that's where they were getting tons of customers for basically doing nothing, right? They're doing these stupid dances and they're getting hundreds of thousands of customers, right? Okay, it's changed. That doesn't work anymore. All right. We used to use trends and sounds and certain dances and certain transitions, and it would help you go viral. Okay. That used to work. That is not how it is now. Now it is in the value that you are adding inside your brand. Okay. Storytelling. That is how you're going to explode. People love a story. Okay. If you can nail your brand and who you are speaking to, then the marketing, the sales, the recruits, they'll come because people are engaging with you because they know your brand. They know who you're trying to speak to. So now picking up where I had cut off for a second. So what works well is your brand. Okay. So showing a little product, showing this and doing a little cute transition and spinning a doob and dab and look at this transition, it doesn't work anymore. Okay. I'm not saying that you can't do them. That's just not how it is. TikTok will not shut you down for showing a product because there's all these policies and procedures now, right? But TikTok's not going to shut you down if you are staying inside your brand, right? I'm staying inside my niche. I'm adding value to women who are 30, trying to feel confident in their skin, whatever. I'm staying inside my brand. Okay. So number one, when it comes to TikTok, you have to be strategic about it. There is a purpose behind it. What do you want your niche to be? Who is your customer? What are you going to post about? You have to be strategic in it. Maybe you spend 30 minutes a day. I'm not saying hours, you guys. Some of you spend hours on TikTok. 30 minutes a day scrolling your For You page. And any of the ones that go, ooh, I like that idea. Or, ooh, I like that sound. Or, ooh, I like that trend. Whatever it was, you take it. You don't have to redo the exact thing, right? But you apply it to your niche and how it will work for what you do. And you save it, right? You save the sound, you save the video, whatever. Or maybe you follow somebody and you love how they story tell. How many of you follow people on TikTok and they tell the best stories that just leave you on the edge of your seat, right? Take note of that. Pay attention to that because it drew you in for a reason. So you've got to do the same thing to other people. Okay? Not to copy them, but to help build upon it. We all have to be different. The trends that everyone is doing isn't working like it once was. Remember, everyone would do like a certain dance and everyone would do it, right? That's what TikTok did during COVID. Or everyone was doing like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what some of the trends were, but there were a lot, right? That everyone did, and then everyone's video went viral. It's really not like that anymore. Your page has to be completely different and on brand for you. It's not just, oh, I do a cute dance and I get thousands of followers anymore. It's just not. It has to be on brand for you. Okay. Your brand, your niche, whatever should be completely different from mine. So that means your content's going to be completely different from mine. And it should be, because your page is for you. I'm a big fan of batching TikToks or reels or whatever. Okay. Maybe you pick one day a week on Sundays where you change your outfit like 10 times. I don't know. Right. And you make lots of TikToks that you're going to post throughout the week. And the reason I say that you post it pretty quickly is because how many of you have ever saved a sound and you had this genius idea, right? Oh, I'm going to do this with that. And then a week goes by and you forget what you were going to do with that sound, right? I know I have. Okay. So do it fast. Maybe you take that link or you take that sound and you go in your notes and you write down what your idea is. All right. But make it fast and go after it. You can always remove the watermarks and repurpose it, right? You can use TickSave. Even on TikTok, before you post it, if you hit the down arrow, it will download it to your phone without the watermark, so that you can repurpose it. So that's being strategic. Number 2 is you need to stick to your niche. Don't just play around, right? Your people are gonna get confused. Because if one video you're giving money advice, the next video you're giving health and wellness advice, the next video you're giving parenting advice, they're like, what the heck is she even talking about? Why am I following her? Niche down. That I truly feel is what 98% of you are missing in your business, is you are not niching down. That is what network marketing nowadays is about. You need to niche down. Okay. It confuses people if you're trying to speak to too many people. Stay inside your niche and what you do. If it's not your niche, you don't post about it. Okay. And when you join this industry, if you are social selling online, you're not doing parties in person, you're not doing all these vendor events, your Facebook, your Instagram, all of your social media is really not just for fun anymore. There's a purpose behind it. It's your storefront. It's not just for you to vent about what Sally Sue did the other day that pissed you off, right? That's not what it's for. Or that you're mad at your husband for something he did, or you're mad at your mama for something they did. It's not your diary anymore. There is a purpose behind it. It's not just for you to post cute pictures of your kids anymore. If you are doing this as a business, there is a purpose behind it now. I'm not saying you can't post cute pictures of your kids. Don't miss that, okay? It's not what I'm saying, but that's not what it needs to be focused on. If it is not inside your niche, you don't post about it. You don't have to do every trend that's out there. You can, but you don't have to. Talking right now in your reels is really working. Voice recordings in your reels, storytelling. This could all change next year, but I'm giving you what works right now, right? Okay. Now, for example, if you are a makeup person, you need to be following makeup people and get ideas with how they're doing it. Are they sitting there telling step by step their makeup and that's the process that you like and how they apply? Or are they telling you a story about their dog that week while they apply their makeup? Like, what is it? Are they a good storyteller? What is it that makes you find them and follow them? That's going to help you build relationships. Right now for TikTok at the beginning, they are loving if you do the same introduction for every video. Every video, tell them quickly who you are and what you do. Hey, I'm Ashley Beal. I'm a mom that works from home, and I love helping women find, I don't even know what, I can't remember because I just recorded a whole bunch, but that I was redoing. But basically, I help women find confidence in who they are and make time for themselves, right? What is it? That same introduction over and over at the beginning. Number 3, consistency is huge with TikTok. Huge. Huge. Did I say huge? It's huge. You do have to have 1,000 followers to be able to go live on TikTok. If you did not know that, now you know it. A great way to get there is give something away for free. People love free. If you do giveaways, that helps you get to that 1,000. So give away a lipstick for following your page, right? Anything you can do. If you tell people to do it, they will. But if you don't tell them to do it on TikTok, they're not going to. So you need to tell them what to do. Okay. When you are Facebook Live, this is something that I recently learned. As you guys do this business, y'all can probably tell me a few questions that you get all the time. All the time, right? We all have some questions that we hear all the time. Maybe it's about skincare infused. Maybe it's about European standards. Maybe it's about the link and how they purchase. And maybe it's about a subscription program, whatever. Okay. Maybe it's about dermatology tested and approved. What is it? Okay. We all get some of the same questions. You need to know the questions that your customers ask all the time. And when you are live, answer those same questions. Okay. Even if they're not being asked in the comments. I've noticed this lately and I was catching on, but I'm like, they're like, oh, Sally, I see that question in the comment. Yeah, so we are European standards. So we banned over 1,300 chemicals and ingredients in our products. And I'm trying to scroll and I'm like, where's that question? I never saw that question. Just because someone didn't ask it doesn't mean that they're not wondering it, because you've heard these questions over and over. So it's okay to say that because you get asked it all the time, right? So address those comments, okay, and answer the questions. Watch different live creators on TikTok, okay? Not just people that do the TikTok shop, okay? Watch people and that are being successful in it and see how they do it. Some of them set goals for how many likes they want or how many gifts they want, and they keep mentioning it over and over and over and over. Okay. Your live will go to the For You page after that 1 hour mark. So again, that's why question and answers are great. Get ready with me, because after that 1 hour mark, TikTok pushes it to the For You page. So you need to try to go live for at least an hour. So answer those same questions. Yep, I'm glad you asked. So how I color match you is you stand in front of a window from the chest up like you're looking outside. How many of you ask all the time, how do I get color matched? How do I know that? Because I'm asked that all the time. Answer those questions, okay? If you go viral on TikTok, a reel goes viral, whatever, you need to go live immediately, okay? If you go viral, because that video is already viral and then your live will go viral. So then you have two things on the For You page at the same time. All right. Anytime someone asks about gifts or anything, you guys know that that is money that you can earn on TikTok. That's where you're going to get new customers. You can remind people to follow you, all the things. As you get bigger on TikTok, you can filter your comments. Because how many of you have seen haters on TikTok? Hello, right? Heck, even Instagram. We're talking about TikTok. In the settings, there are certain words that you can say that you can manage the comments. So if someone was to say, oh, that looks cakey, I'm just giving an example. You could write the word cakey and no one could comment that on your live. They can filter that out. Or, oh, you're so fake. You can filter that word fake out, and then anyone that posts that, they can't post it on their video. Okay. Some of you will even get moderators. As you get higher, you can ask somebody to moderate the comments when you go live. Okay. When you are on TikTok, a great way to capture leads is you've got to get their information. That's why you will hear people on TikTok a lot, especially when they're on live, is say, click the link in my bio and fill my form out. It's all about getting new data, right? Getting new leads. So maybe you put their name, their phone number, their email, their Instagram handle, because they're wanting more information on whatever you're doing, right? Whatever your niche is, whatever you went live about. Hey, if you click that link in my bio, or maybe I did a get ready with me and someone wants some more information about the products I use. Hey, if you click that link in my bio, I'll be able to get you more information about it. But you're gathering all this data. And that will make your life easier. Those are people that you can email. Those are people that you can send text messages to with your promos, with whatever you're offering. Okay. And then when you are in live, I often encourage people to send me a DM on Instagram. DMs are getting better on TikTok, but anytime you can push people also to Instagram, it'll be easier to also communicate with them. Okay. So that is what I have for you tonight. I hope you found some things that are applicable, right? I hope you're walking away with some things that you're going to do. You're going to find some niche groups. You're going to start diving in. You're going to start showing expertise in those groups. You're going to start showing up consistently on there. On TikTok, you're going to be specific to your niche. I really, really need you guys to hone in on that. That's where you're going to level up. That's where you're going to explode. But some of you are trying to speak to everybody, that you are missing it. That's why you're not growing. You're sitting there talking about work, and then 2 posts later, talking about pharmacy. That's not your niche. Your Facebook is not your diary anymore. It's not where you update people about your life really anymore. You've got to be niched down. Okay. All righty, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you guys bunches. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see y'all next Thursday. Good night, guys.